Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Before we get started, I'd like to apologize to because I actually took a break on Sunday. If you're a follower of my podcast, I had to postpone it because I had to get a test for the virus. Good news is I got negative. It was a negative test. So with that being said, let's jump in right into today's video. As you can tell by the title, is Jalen Hurts the future QB of the Philadelphia Eagles? Now, with all the reports saying or where Carson Wentz is going to be heading, um, it's just I think Jalen Hurts is going to be is going to be QB1 since I know Wentz is going to be traded to because the only teams I can know that are offering from are the Indianapolis Colts or the Chicago Bears. But I think the Chicago Bears have a better offer for Wentz than the Colts have. But I think for Wentz, I think his preference is more Indy. Now, do I think Indy will be a better suit for him because it's Frank Reich. Like in 2017, like that was his MVP year under Frank Reich. Like I mean, because like a friend of me and a friend of mine told we know we peaked a little bit early that year. Now, if we didn't get, like I said in my last in the I think on one of my episodes that if he didn't get hurt, he would have had an MVP, plain and simple. Then we wouldn't be in this mess. Now, with regarding to Jalen Hurts, yeah, I mean he has played in 15 games, but he started 4. Even though that's a short sample size for him, despite for him being a rookie. I mean and those 4 games, even though he has a record of 1-3. You can't give knock on him for that because even though he was a rookie, but he's shown what he can do. The only difference is like he knows his IQ's there and he knows how to get rid of the football when like if the play isn't there, which is all that's the only kind of thing you can knock on Carson Wentz for instead of holding on to the football for as long as he can. So with my take on this, it's like I feel they're going to be. I mean, the Eagles are going to be moving on from Carson Wentz anyway, so that's going to be like no doubter. But I think Jalen Hurts can really help at least retool this team as a start. Now with having our O line being healthy, and if our O line can stay healthy, cut our losses with some old veteran players, it's I think they can at least do really improve improve um improve for the upcoming 2021 season. So yesterday I started I got with the draft coming up in April, so I did like a mock draft of my own to see who the Eagles are going to take. So for the first, because obviously most Eagles fans want Jamar Chase, but I did because there was no way I could see Chase going less than 3. So at 6, I got Devontae Smith. Now I think Smith. I know can. I mean, it's Smith and Chase are kind of be like the wide receivers to get in this class because obviously, if you're a football fan, the number one obviously Trevor Lawrence is going to go number 1. That was a given for a fact. Like that was the first thing I wanted to because I was out of that or Patrick Surtain the second for a corner out of Alabama. So I went wide receiver first because that's where we're going to need. I guess you could say help on a little bit. Like the second round for the number 30 for the 37th selection, there was 2 guys I wanted to take was J.C. Horn and I can't remember the other guy, but they got taken early in the draft. The only one corner that's kind of stood out to me was Asante Samuel Jr. And an old friend of mine told me, said, even though that was not logical, but and I explained, he was the only pick that I can see be successful here in Philly, despite the fact that his dad actually played for us. It's like, we had to get a corner. Like that's one of our big team needs. Third round, I think I went with Jabril Cox, a linebacker out of LSU for number 70 overall. Now, I'm not a big football guy, but you gotta let me know how good Jabril Cox is in the comment section down below. Um, uh, like I said, I just did it straight, just followed what our team needs are. Like obviously we needed a guard because if we can, because look, in my opinion, we could always cut our losses with, like I said, we couldn't cut our losses with Djax, Alshon, hell, even Matt Pryor, because he can't. Matt Pryor's not even as good as people would. It's not in my eyes, because you can put Jordan Mailata on guard, and then you can have develop Robert Hainsey and a guard from Notre Dame. Put him out there. Help him develop. But getting back to Jalen Hurts though, um, so far, he started 4 games with a 1-3 record. He completed 77%, or he attempted 148 passes, only completed 77 of them, which gives him a 52% completion percentage for 1,061 yards with 6 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Which those percentages go out from those percentages are totaling to like 4.1% touchdown percentage and 2.7% for interceptions. He has 45 first downs. Longest is 81 yards. His QBR, I know it could be better, despite the fact it was a short sample size. But for me, I was impressed with what he can do. Despite the fact it was a questionable pick in the draft, and especially in the second round, anyways. Now, do I think the Eagles? Because like I said, it's going to be a retooling year for the Eagles, because they're going to need. We got to see what Sirianni and his staff can do with this team. I think under Sirianni, I think they can succeed because he's an offensive-minded guy, especially despite the fact he's played with coached like so many other teams, even under Frank Reich. So he has some of that knowledge that Frank Reich has when Reich was here in Philly. It's how it's gonna be it's like not say like a make or break season for the Eagles, but it will test the abilities of Nick Sirianni and his coaching staff with the players that they got on both sides of the football. But there's really nothing there's nothing I can knock on for Jalen Hurts, despite the fact he's a young quarterback with a young coaching staff. Other than that, let me leave your thoughts below in the comment section. But make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I will leave the link to my podcast and YouTube, Twitter down in the description below, and other links below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.